Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello everybody. Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing our premiere 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons homebrew campaign, Return of the Giants. Hope you guys are doing really well. Thank you so much for joining us, those who have been able to join us live on twitch.tv/The Lost Archives at 7 p.m, don't look at the time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you watching the recorded video on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. We love you guys getting to catch up with us. Through the bounds of time, unbounded by the time zone that is Australia in the bottom corner of Earth's left butt crack. Super quick announcements before we go live. We're 2 players down tonight. Dave and Jared are both out for different reasons. We do need to wish Jared a very happy birthday for yesterday, though. He does have a birthday inspiration. He may be joining us a little bit later, but it is one of the reasons he's out tonight, is he's having a birthday dinner with his family. Obviously, that is a good enough reason to be absent. Dave, on the other hand, let's have a quick look at the reason given from Dave. Work meeting. Not
you can get out
good enough. We all know what you need to do with work meetings. Take a picture of a positive COVID test from a few years ago, hold it up and say, I can't make it. Done. So, Dave, no birthday inspiration for you. It's not your birthday, but I do look forward to seeing you on the weekend. That's all the fun, super quick announcements to share before we dive on in. Anything fun before we do our recap and jump into the session? I'll go on. Let's give some Mistborn updates. Character artwork is now completely finished for 1 player, 60% finished for 2 players. And as of 5 minutes ago, I now have the inspiration and reference art I need for the last character that I'm working on at the moment. We will have another one as well. That one is currently still in progress. So we're getting very, very close to being able to reveal some more stuff on the Discord. For those of you who are in the Discord, check out the Cosmere area. I'll be sharing those character arts and character portraits as we get closer to the start date of the Mistborn campaign. For those of you who aren't on the Discord, come and join the Discord. Discord's great. There's like loads of absolute bloody legends in there, and me. So it's great. You'll have a great time. And these guys too, although I can't account them in the bloody legends category. Come and join us. There's a lot of really cool people there, all really cool people, and the occasional bot, which we destroy every time they sneak their way in. Sweet. All right. I think that's all the fun news to share. Let's do our recap and let's dive on into the session, because we did end up on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Last night? We did last night, but I meant more last week. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Having braved the unnatural cold afflicting the islands of Northgard, the team have arrived on the frost giant stronghold of Lisheim, seeking to close the gateway to the frozen hell of Cania. Working with the frost giant Svindale, the initial plan was to infiltrate Lisheim undetected and then meet up with Freyin, the Volker of the frost giants and possible ally at the moon pool in the shadow of the Frostmount. However, this plan has very quickly gone awry. Instead of the Volker of the frost giants waiting for them, a Burhag and frost trolls were instead. Defeating their foes and travelling via secret tunnel to the centre of the Lisheim village, the team are now attempting to locate both Freyin and Svindale through the use of Lyra's reanimated Frosthound. We left off last session as the team arrived at the kennels in the far outskirts of the town near the palisade wall, both Lyra and Niles sneaking their way in, braving the dangers of a very large, quite aggressive owl and a locked cage to rescue the Frosthound and to replace it in its cage with the owl. However, they could only watch on in horror as the attention, the racket the owl was making, now newly caged, attracted the attention of an enormous scarred polar bear. Where we left off, Niles and Lyra, the two of you are inside the kennels. You hear the sound of something snuffling under the door. A few moments later, the sound of something scratching against the wood. Silence. And then the sound of metal scraping on metal as the enormous latch slowly begins to move, and then with a horrifying click, unlocks as the doors swing open. Outside, our two brave heroes who were watching on Bart and Grim, not really able to do too much in the moment or not willing to draw too much attention themselves, watched on as the enormous polar bear walked on up to the doors, snuffled around, and then with a very dexterous claw unlatched and opened the doorway. We dive straight back in with our initiative already rolled. I'm happy to stick with the initiative you guys rolled for the giant owl, if that suits you guys. Do you want to stick with that, or do you want to re-roll initiative? I'm happy either way.
That's fine. Is the giant owl still in the cage, or did it get out?
No, it's fully locked in the cage. You guys, Niles bound it in his iron bands of Balatro, and then you locked it in the cage, closing that lock once again, Lyra, that you had been able to unlock.
So is that a different giant owl?
I just hadn't moved it into the cage on the map, but it is in the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a second one already?
Don't worry about it.
The owl is currently trying to get a multi-run going on a green deck in Balatro at the moment. He's got 6 jokers. He's got a negative joker in there as well. He did really great.
He's on
yeah, he's been abusing DNA all game. Like,
yeah, his deck is fully decked out in like steel cards, getting that 1.5 multiplier every play hand. Yeah, he's doing great.
Does that make you more comfortable with the positioning of the owl? Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. We just hadn't moved it across into the cage yet. That's on me. I should have done that. Perfect. In that case, then, if we're happy to keep the initiative where it is, what we'll do is I'll take the giant owl out of the initiative, seeing as it is very much locked up inside the cage. And if Finya couldn't bust her way out, the reanimated Frosthound, the owl certainly is not going to be able to. Lyra, Niles, the two of you are inside. You watch as the double doors swing open, revealing the largest bear you have ever seen. From ground to shoulder, it stands maybe 25, 30 feet tall. Its scarred fur in patches around its face where it has been clawed, where it has been chewed. It is tattered and manky. In places, there is still dried blood coating the surface of its fur, staining the once pristine white fibers with this dark, angry, almost like rotten red. The stench of rotting flesh emanating from this creature as it slowly pads its way into the doorway. Starting us off at the top of the round is Niles.
Fuck.
Niles, I have 2 ideas, just quickly.
Yes,
we get one of the dead bodies out of the bag and throw it at the bear.
Which body would that be?
An Ara Cochrane one?
Oh, Lyra. Why?
That or we escape one or the other.
Oh my. I don't feel comfortable with that, Lyra. The bear is rather scary, though. I'd rather not see my brethren, even in their death, be ravaged by such a creature in such an unfamiliar land.
I take this as a compliment.
Is the cage adhered to the floor?
Yes, it is. It has been hammered in the floor through the very center of the cage is a massive iron stake, almost like a railway spike, that's been hammered through the bottom of the cage, binding it to the floor. Oh, that's not the answer she wanted, guys. Sorry.
Roll it towards the bear like a giant cat toy.
Apologies.
The whole reason we couldn't escape was because Finya was here and we couldn't get Finya out once we flew in. Because like Niles could probably escape. He could probably just fly through the opening in the roof, but that's problematic.
How much weight can he carry?
How much weight can Niles carry?
Yeah, because if I shrink Finya, could you carry him?
Probably. If you were to shrink Finya, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I might try that, and then I can just phase step out.
Niles isn't particularly strong, so the way it would work is I would have to like technically grapple
Here's what else might throw a little spanner in the works, unfortunately. So, Bjorha, the enormous polar bear, is a huge monstrosity. Which means that if you were to use enlarge reduce, you'd only be able to shrink it down to a large, correct? Because you can only change the size by one.
But I think
shrinking Finja.
Finja. Finja is apologies. Finja is a large creature. You could shrink Finja down to medium. Yeah.
Carry him out.
Nice. I misunderstood. I thought you were going to try and shrink Bjorha and like carry Bjorha like into the cage or something. I was like, damn, that's pretty clever. That'd work.
No, I mean, because he is a huge creature, I probably couldn't do that.
Bjorha, no, but Finja you could. Yeah, Finja would shrink down to a medium-sized creature. Potentially you could if you get a good strength check.
Well, it would be a grapple, so I'd be using my dexterity to technically grapple Finja. And then I would...
Willing?
He'd be willing? Okay. Well, then I will ready an action to... I mean, we still got an angry bear to deal with, but...
Curious bear at the moment, rather than angry bear. As it has like... I will give you a quick, for free, body language wise, the bear, it doesn't seem to have paid that much attention to you. At the moment, its attention is focused on the giant owl, which up until now was screeching and trying to flap at the cage. Right. As soon as the doors open and the bear catches the owl, you watch as the owl freezes. Its wings still half open, and then it slowly shrinks back, moving to the far end of the cage and trying to make itself look as small as possible.
Really? Okay. So I think in that case, like having hatched this bit of a plan, I think Niles, rather than sort of acting offensively, will probably ready an action to once Lyra casts a spell on Finja to make Finja a little bit smaller, he'll ready an action to dash over to Finja, grab Finja, if he is willing to let him be grabbed, and then I will fly out through the hole in the wall
out through the window.
Out through the window with a dash action as well, if that's possible.
Alrighty. Perfect. So your held action will be grab Finja and then use the remainder of your movement to kind of get out. I'm happy to work with that. That's not a problem. If you wanted to use your movement to get over to Finja now, Niles.
Yep.
That would kind of
work very nicely.
Yeah. Just to help set it up, because I know technically you're only supposed to hold one thing with an action, but I normally do allow.
That helps, though.
I normally do
30 feet of movement just to get over there, and
Brilliant.
That will work well. Cool.
Alrighty, Niles, that is your turn. Grim, you are up next. You and Bart both know what is happening. You saw the bear peeking around the corner. You saw the bear unlatch the door and go inside. You know Lyra, Niles, and Finja are in there, and you, up until recently, could hear the sound of the owl making a racket inside the cage. You weren't sure why it was making a racket. But it has now gone silent. It is now eerily silent from inside the from inside the kennels. You're muted, Brandon.
No.
Classic.
Aha. I'm wondering from where I am here, so I can't see up. I know it's like 40 feet up above me. From here, 30 feet, could I peer around the corner and see what's going on there? Like, can I see?
Yeah.
I could?
So both, technically where you're positioned on this map is not 100% correct. Technically, you and Bart are like here-ish, having been like positioned to kind of glimpse around the side. You've seen the bear move from that position over here. It was originally here. It's now moved up and around towards the door. And if you were a little bit further away...
There.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of seems to be over here a little bit more. And if you could move a little bit further away, we're limited by the area on this map. Do you know what I could do? Hang on. Bear with me.
Okay.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
So I was holding my character.
That's okay. All good. Let me bring you over here. I've got an idea. I'm going to overlay. Aha. Oh, baby. I'm going to be...
Genius.
This is going to be super quick DM work on the fly. You won't see anything for a second, and now...
You get to see how the sausage is made.
You get to see how the sausage is made and how it sizzles. Oh, look at that. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the most rapid adjustment of a on-the-fly map I've ever done. Bada bing, bada boom. Fantastic.
All right.
That has fucked up the turn order somewhat, but I'll fix that up right now. Does that answer your questions somewhat more?
Yes, because I basically wanted to see, because it's 120 feet range for this. I just want to cast a fog cloud by the entrance there. Seeing that it's like coming around to peer and it's looking inquisitive as it's opening the door, I want to just go and trap it in a fog cloud.
Fantastic. Yes, of course you can. Would you like to, for fog cloud, I believe I need to make, is it a sort of con save, is it?
No, let me just find it. It's a...
I don't think there's any save.
No, I think it just happens.
Cloud.
It's just difficult. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just...
You create a 20-foot radius sphere, what uses one charge of my Staff of Frost.
It's heavily obscured, so it blinds it.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra, what was your initiative
Concentration.
from before? 7. All right, perfect. He's getting a delivery of food again. There we go. All right. All the initiatives are back. They're all looking normal. Fantastic. Alrighty, let me drop down a fog cloud. I do actually have a thing for you, Grim. If you want to position this in a slightly more ideal location, let me put down the animated fog cloud, and you can place it wherever you like.
Das wunderbar.
Let's have a quick look. All right, I'll give you control of this too. Can you see that yet? Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong layer. Bear with me, sorry.
Nah, they're all good.
All right, here we go. And I'll give you control. Oh, she's big.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
What's the range on your fog cloud? Because these squares aren't quite accurate for what we need. What's
it's
30 feet, isn't it?
20. It's a 20 foot, but it's 120 feet away. I can use it.
Okay,
That's
so
20
each one of
foot
those squares is 10, so that would be correct there. Yep. And where would you like it? About there?
Perfect. I was thinking just a little. I was thinking like maybe a smidgen.
I'll
Like
give you
sort of
control.
seeping through the door.
There you go. You can move it now. You can position it wherever you like.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
think about that. I'll open that again so I can see it.
Brilliant.
That's somewhere. Yeah.
Grim, as you cast this spell, could you do me a favor? Could you roll for me a stealth check to see how stealthily you cast this spell that requires verbal and
Yes.
somatic components?
Yes, I can.
I believe.
Ooh. 18.
Oh,
Grim, you move quickly, rushing past Bart without a word as you whip out your spellbook, flip through the pages, land on the one you want, concentrate, and then begin speaking in the arcane language, tracing runes in the air as you gather together the moisture that has been frozen in the ground, concentrating it, and then releasing it in a sudden burst of fog. You watch as Bjorha, the enormous bear, and the entrance to this little kennel area is suddenly engulfed in an enormous cloud of roiling mist. Lyra, Niles, and Finya inside, it's almost instantaneous. 1 second, the bear is there in the doorway. The next second, poof, fog fills the entire space.
I think with that, I might stand just behind Bart somewhat.
Just put the Owlin.
Is this the first time you've used fog cloud before? Grim?
First time I've used this one for, yeah, because this is the staff. So
Oh, cool. Like a free action, Niles looks at Lyra and goes, what's happening? Are we in trouble? What is the bear doing? Where is the bear?
the bear just cast a
Yeah,
spell.
Spooky.
How tall up is the windows from where we are inside the kennels?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, from the ground to the bottom of the windowsill?
As in, can I see through the window?
Oh,
It's about 15 feet. No. Like you can see out the window, but you can't see down to the ground, right? Because of the way that light works.
I can... Actually, if it's 15 feet as well... So I could poof myself up onto the windowsill, because I was going to plan on going through the door.
Oh.
Cool.
Can Niles still see a way out through the window in the roof?
You could so from where you are, you can see like up through that little hole in the roof that's partially hidden, and you can see the ledge. So technically, Lyra, if you wanted to, you could face step up onto that ledge.
Yeah.
And then you're out.
Okay.
Because you can see it, and it's within range, right? You only needed to be within 30 feet for face step.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
As long as I
easily
can
within
see it.
range.
Okay. Sweet. Also, I also just realized I think I still have speak with animals up. Can I try talking? I'm not sure having to wait for my turn, but can I try talking to the bear?
Yes. You will have to wait for your turn, but yes, you can try talking to the bear. Absolutely. Alrighty, that is Grimm's turn. It is the bear's turn next. The sudden explosion of fog in the area seems to confuse the massive beast. Grimm and Bart, you're the only ones who can see this at this point, given the positioning of the fog cloud. You watch as the bear steps back a little bit in confusion, its paw reaching out and swatting at the fog, trying to disturb it. Unable to do so, you watch as it leans down and begins sniffing the area. As it turns its head from left to right, you can see that its right eye is missing, a massive clawed scar and an empty gaping eye socket where once it would have had an eye. As it closes the other, its ruined eye socket still visible, you watch it begins to sniff the dirt and begins to move forward tentatively. Sorry, Grim, I mucked up your fog cloud. Let me move it to the back so I don't touch it. It then begins to move forward tentatively. From inside the kennels, you hear the sound of something bumping into the metal, and the giant owl lets out a screech as it attempts to fly up once again. You hear a low growl from the bear. Lyra, you understand this because you have speak with animals up. You hear the bear say, and I think we're going to have to put on some sort of cool voice for this
Bear voice.
A bear voice. You hear from the bear.
Hey, boo-boo.
Where are you, prey? Where are you, meat?
Basket.
That's what you hear. That is the bear's turn. There is one more thing that happens. You watch as Bjorha, again, this is just for Bart and Grimm, you watch as Bjorha begins to approach the kennel sniffing around with the fog cloud. You watch as one of the other polar bears, this one with a harness and saddle strapped on it, begins to move closer before Bjorha lets out a low, menacing growl. Lyra, you hear...
Back, weaklings, back. This is my meat.
And you watch as the polar bears back away from Bjorha. Bart, it is your turn.
Okay.
Happy. He's so happy with the way things have worked out.
Grimm's giving your wings a little like shoulder rub. You got this.
Yeah,
You can do
cool.
Grim gives you a slap on the ass. Go for it, tiger.
Get it.
Get him.
Look, Bjorha is the least of our concerns right now. I'm going to hope that with some prior warnings from the Bangs before, Lyra and Niles have this covered. And Bart is actually going to try to keep an eye out on the surrounding giants. Is there... I would like to use my bonus action or something just to... I know you get a free one because you give it to us as an amazing DM, but a perception check. I want to take a look around and see if there is something that is capable of creating a distraction. If I were to throw a rock and smash something, or if something that grabs Bart's eye as being distraction worthy that I could enact if need be.
100%. Yeah, perception check or investigation check, your choice. Teddy, please just sit still, my boy. Keeps rolling around,
thank God.
Digging his elbows into my lap. Keeps kicking me in the crotch. Just sit still, my boy.
A 19.
19. But as you glance around, there's a few things that stand out as a distraction. The first and most important one is based upon what you just saw. One of the other polar bears went to go and approach Bjorha, the enormous scarred bear, and it growled them away. If you could somehow get them closer to Bjorha, they would be... I mean, that's a distraction enough. There's going to be a bit of infighting. There is a massive barrel of meat sitting just outside the pen here, where the giants were tossing in chunks of it before. The giants that were here have walked away for now. You can see that the gate that leads into their pen is closed. The giant that was feeding and chatting to them with his fellow frost giant, they've both split and have moved away, leaving that barrel of meat completely unattended. I mean, toss in a hunk of meat right in between the group of them. You're going to get a pretty good distraction, you reckon?
Okay. Look, I'm going to save that as a backup plan, because it'll mean me having to put myself out in the open, and maybe one of the giants will come to investigate the flesh. I've got an idea though. You gave me an idea.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
But I'm gonna save that just because I'm worried that it might bring over the giants, which is what we're trying not to do. If they see that something's knocked over all the flesh, even though it will bring Bjorha away. So instead, hoping to accomplish the same thing, Bart is going to. It doesn't say they need to hear it. It just says that it needs to be spoken. So I'm going to use the command spell, approach to one of the polar bears, please.
That'll do it. I believe I need to make a wisdom saving throw for the polar bears.
Yeah, wisdom 17, which hopefully they're not that wise.
Let me have a quick look. This is the dire polar bear.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like this is an important mission to not be seen right now. I probably want to save smite spells. I'm going to use a second level spell slot, and I'm going to target 2 of them to improve my chances of this working.
Alrighty. Okay. 7 for the first wisdom saving throw. For the second, 16. Both fail. One of them just on the DC 17. You watch as the 2 closest polar bears, on their turn, they will approach. I'll add their turns to the initiative order now. I hadn't added them because I thought they were going to be staying away. Okay. They technically would have gone before, so I will have them both make their turns right this second. They use their full movements to approach. As soon as they do...
Perfect.
You hear the sound of a menacing growl from inside the kennels. Lyra and Niles, you watch as the tip of Bjorha's snout just begins to pierce the other side of the fog cloud. And then the growl that rolls out of its maw freezes the very blood in your veins to ice. But no attack comes. Bjorha's head disappears back into the fog a moment later. I love how, Niles and Lyra are basically just, in Jurassic Park right now, shitting their pants. And Bart and Grim are, playing, fucking Duck Hunter 3. Just, very different experience of this interaction. But you've still got a bonus action if you'd like it. And movement, too.
I don't think there's anything I really need to use my bonus action for. I'm going to save my lay on hands. So I'm gonna move as far as I can into the corner, just here.
Perfect.
Because you said that there was brushes all along the backside of this.
Yeah, all where the snow is, those snow drifts along the edge of the fence is all overgrown with what looks like some sort of very frost hardy plant.
Yeah, I just want to get further into the corner, away from the fence, because I'm assuming they're about to come over and sniff in this direction if they don't fight one another. And I'm just going to call, Grim, quickly. I've attracted the beasts in this direction. I'm not sure if they're going to approach the fence.
Could I please get
that'll be Bart's turn.
Stealth check, Bart, combined for your command spell, for the verbal component, and for the attempt to then hide behind the edge of the kennel.
Now, from where I am, I still have thingy.
Pass without trace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and technically Grim should have as well. I'm happy for you to keep pass without trace.
Okay. I still have disadvantage because of the armor, but pass without trace gives me a 17.
I believe.
With 3 on the dice, so thank God.
Fantastic. Can I get you to jump into features and traits and then back out again, just so it comes through roll 20, so we can all see it, because it's doing that annoying thing again. Alrighty. That is Bart's turn. Finya is going to hold her action and wait for instructions from you, Lyra. Lyra, it's your turn next. Oh, the growl from Bjorha that freezes the very blood in your veins to ice. Sorry, let me do that again.
I said back, weaklings. I will not ask again.
So based on what this bear sounds like, I don't think he's going to be too down for a peaceful discussion.
What are you talking about? What's going on? He's a lovely, friendly boy. He wears a nice red shirt. He likes honey. I don't know what the problem is. Gets stuck in holes.
Doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell Finya, hey, I'm going to shrink you down, and then our owl friend is going to try and carry you out of here while you're smaller. Do everything that you can to, like, you know, make it easier sort of for him to pick you up and carry, you know, sort of.
Finya will
help him, let him pick you up, and then be good.
Finya gives you an approving chuff.
All right. And then I'm gonna nod towards Niles and be like, all right, if you're ready.
Yep.
And then once I cast the enlarge reduce, I'm gonna not be able to speak to animals anymore. So I'm gonna pre-warn Finya, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to understand you again after this. So you know, we'll do our best to communicate otherwise. But and yeah, I give Finya a good little pat for being a good papa, and bring her down to medium size.
Be honest, is this how you imagine Finya now? Every time you imagine Finya, is this the face you picture?
Oh,
Is that the face?
That single stare was very creepy for a second.
It's the stare of a creature animated by mycelium. I don't know what the problem is. It's just lore accurate. He does have these very like unusual eyes for a labradoodle.
There's one shot there who's just like,
yeah.
Yeah, the straight on both eyes.
Yeah.
He's got quite unusual eyes. He's got sort of hazel around the outside, but then in the very center around his pupil is like this light blue. It's really really striking. Quite unusual. You don't need to roll. I don't need to roll the save. Finya is willing, so it just happens. You watch as Finya begins to shrink down.
Yay.
We call things like your dog a skinwalker, Owen.
Yeah, I know. Teddy's a skinwalker. It's fine. He
In
needs
that
a home
case,
too.
my held action will go off. I will grapple Finya, and I will take Finya and I up 20 feet into the rafters.
I am going to need from you an athletics check, please, Niles. This is a raw strength to try and pull this this faithful hound, up into the rafters. Should we have renamed you to Finya, Teddy? Teddy was the name his previous owners gave him before we adopted him. We didn't change it, but maybe we should have changed his name to Finya.
Can I make a case for acrobatics because I'm dexterous and
argue it more succinctly than that, and maybe. Well, how do you do this acrobatically? Lyra's got an idea. Ali, go.
Well, I was just thinking, if I face it before Niles picks him up and I'm sort of up on the ledge ready, we could sort of, between the two of us, like I can sort of try and help.
A circus alley-oop.
Circus him up into the rafters.
What is? Are we doing Cirque du Soleil here? Okay.
Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to like use like the momentum of the movement to kind of like shift Finya's weight around it into an advantageous position, and then kind of like maybe using that momentum, like fling him up into the rafters where Lyra is waiting to receive the papa.
If necessary.
I will allow it with the two of you working together. I will allow it.
Cool. Well, this is also going to be yeah, never mind. I'm just gonna roll acrobat. You've given me permission, so
Lyra, as you face step up into the roof.
That's good. That's
23.
Good. That's good. That's what we want.
Niles. In a flash, both you and Finya are up in the rafters, standing on that small platform next to Lyra. Can't position you next to her for some reason. There we go. On the small platform next to Lyra, Finya yelping a little bit as your claws have to dig into the back of her neck to get the speed and agility required to get her up into the rafters, as her skin is a little bit nicked by your sharp talons. But with the three of you up in the rafters, you've got a straight pathway out onto the roof.
Yeah, I like to think like Niles is not very strong. Niles has to rely a lot on his dexterity, and I would like to think that like in the moment, like he has to move very quickly, because if any wasted effort is like fatigue, so he has to like be very precise, very fast. This is how I imagine he kind of like not even flies up. He's kind of like jumping and maybe like bouncing off the wall a little bit to try and get that little bit of extra height up. And then, yeah, maybe using the wings to just kind of glide that extra little bit further onto the rafters with Lyra.
Nice.
So I imagine it.
Lyra, you've still got some movement left if you want to spend it.
Am I still within enough range to... Oh, no, my mental link's with Harry, isn't it? I am not in mental link range with Harry, am I?
You're not, no.
Damn.
Can I, depending on sort of how much movement it is sort of to get out there, can I sort of like really cautiously sort of like stick my head like out into the roof and just do like a super quick look around, see if anyone is within eye shot / would notice?
Yeah, as you climb out onto the thatched roof, Lyra, and have a bit of a peek around, do you want to roll for me a perception check?
Yeah. Perception. Oh, fuck.
Oh my goodness. I love the sound of like chaos erupting in the background, perfectly timed with that dice roll. 11. Lyra, you can't see anyone. Just the bears approaching, the two polar bears, looking like they're underneath some sort of spell as they begin to walk towards the fence line where you last left Grim and Bart.
In that case, how much movement... Because these aren't the accurate size squares.
They're 10 feet each of those squares.
All right.
I know hang on. Maybe I can probably. This is probably something I can. Hang on. Ha ha ha. Does that work now? You measure? Is that correct?
Yes, I think so.
Hey, did I fix it? There you go. Yeah, that's right. Perfect. We got there, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, perfect DM preparation.
All right. Assuming that Niles and Finja are going to be able to sort of get out onto the roof, all right, I don't want to be caught on the roof for too long. Like, I'm sort of thinking just quick, in, out, like a maximum speed. And so, how much movement? Oh no, because it's just been a phase step, hasn't it?
Correct. You've still got your full movement. Oh, you're planning mischief. I can see it in your eyes.
No, I just realized I can't do 2 bonus actions in a turn.
You're quite limited to 1, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to sort of duck back down so that I'm not exposed out on the roof, like just sort of staying on this ledge, like sort of maybe I've climbed up as high as I can without sticking through the roof, because I'm also mindful of a bear coming up underneath me and just jawsing.
That's fair. Yeah. That's not an unreasonable fear in this moment.
How tall is the bear and how tall is this platform?
Where you're currently up on top of the platform is the bear is as tall as this building. The bear is like 25, 30 feet tall, and this building only goes up to like 30 feet. Like the rafters were less than that, so you kind of like gone up to the rafters, then climbed up. There's like a little, so the way to imagine this is like it's a chimney stack designed to let smoke out and to let steam out, to stop things getting too tight. So there's like a little platform underneath to stop snow falling down in, and then the walls are empty, and then it's a little ramp up the side on 2 sides. It's a designed for roofs in cold climates to prevent snow falling in and to let steam out every so often. Stop room, like let air circulate, essentially. Teddy boy, please sit still, my man.
And if I climb sort of up as high as I can without exiting the roof, will I be blocking the exit for Niles and Finja?
No, they can get past you. No problem at all.
All right. in that case, yeah, I'll go as high as I can without exiting and hope to high help if the bear doesn't, like, try and come up from underneath.
Perfect. Alrighty. Next up in our initiative order, we're actually back at the top of the round with Niles. Niles Silverwind, it is your turn.
Cool. Does Finja require me to get him out of the... He can go from here?
He can go from here. You're good to go.
Alright. I'll probably release the grapple, because that was technically what it was. I think at this point I'll probably move out of the building up onto the roof. Not necessarily into a position where I'm going to be easily observed. So I'll probably lay like prone on the roof and kind of get into a position where I can kind of see what's happening. Be there to perhaps help if anything does go wrong, or if any of my allies are in trouble.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't really know what the situation is. I don't know what's happening on the outside. So there's probably a level of caution involved in this. Not necessarily, not looking to necessarily do any sort of offensive actions, but yeah, I'll probably move out of this space and then probably ready another action to, I guess, interject or attack anything that might target any of my friends.
Perfect. Grim, you are next up in the initiative order.
I'm just going to sneak around over to Bart, just to stay near him. Over there. Do we just await Bart? Is that the plan?
I guess so. I don't really know how we're going to be able to help them anyway, coming out of the window or getting down here. Do you have any sort of, like, levitating magic?
I did think about learning that one, but I didn't.
What a convoluted way to say no.
That's very much Grim's way.
In that case, I don't really know how we can help, so I think at the moment the best we can do is just not cause more problems.
I like the sound of that. I will. Is there anything I can ready?
I'll mention as well. Look, I don't have many ranged options, but if you did stay at the corner just over there, it's your choice. The bears are coming. I don't want them to sniff us, but you could possibly knock over the food, maybe distract them in the opposite direction. Might give those the chance to get out the window.
Okay. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I did move.
I don't want to risk getting close just in case it doesn't work, but you can do it.
But I'm happy to risk you, Grim. My lovely dispensable wizard.
Because I walked up next to Grim, I could only get to that far there.
You are Grim. You have walked up.
To Bart.
Yes.
So I walked back, but okay.
I think that you'd be able to see it from there still anyway, because it was like here-ish, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, let me just double check. This. Mage hand's only 30 feet.
I have wizards everywhere. Why am I not within 30?
Yeah. Is there anything I can ready to knock that over? Let me just see. See. Senor.
Oui, monsieur. What would you like? What would you like to do?
Nah, nothing I can do to knock that over from here.
I hunger for flesh. Grim, finish your turn so I may consume these weaklings.
Oh god, he does sound rather angry. I'm just going to okay, I'm just gonna chill out here. And god, there's nothing I can do to really Nah. I'll just pass my turn.
I hunger for flesh.
Can I make a why I've got my turn message or something. Can I make a perception check just to see like where we can skedaddle?
Yeah. Perception or investigation, absolutely.
Yeah. Investigation.
23 Grim. As you have a bit of a peek around, areas to skedaddle. Well, the gate that's just behind you, you watched as a giant and a polar bear just went through that, a massive dire polar bear. You probably don't want to go that way. Heading deeper into the village is going to take you closer to giants and make you more, take you more out into the open. Back the way you came is potentially an option. But as you glance over, along the side of the longhouse here, you would be running into danger a little bit. But there is a dense patch of foliage blocking this rather clear pathway around the back that would even allow you to move right the way into the edge of the longhouse and possibly even find an entrance that is not the front door there. So would be a very good place to hide, and it doesn't seem like many people have patrolled this area. You can't see many footprints there. It seems like a pretty good spot to head to gather your things together, and it's also not too far from where Cassius and Harry headed off as well. They've gone around the other side of this building. This wouldn't be a bad spot to try and catch up with them.
Yeah, got you. All right. Sweet. I'm just going to ready a dash action then. So, but if they get too close that way, as I point. And
I am going to, for now, take us out of initiative because the thing that happens next does not involve any of you and no one is paying attention to you. As Bjorha charges out of the fog cloud, the two polar bears continuing the end of their command, because they only, like, it kind of came through partway through a turn, so they would have used their full turn action and bonus action and movement to move all the way towards the fence, which triggers Bjorha's wrath. You watch as Bjorha bursts free of the fog cloud, charging one of the polar bears, his jaws opening like a vice and slamming down into its throat. As he swings his head back and forwards, I'm going to roll these for fun, just so that you can see how bad this could have been. Just for fun. That's going to be a 25 to hit the dire polar bear, which does hit. He's going to do 18 slashing damage. Drag it to the ground and deal an additional 14 slashing damage and knock it prone using his Ravage as he slams the polar bear into the ground. The dire polar bear takes 18 slashing and 14 slashing. That is going to be 32 points of damage. Bjorha will then take his second action, his second attack. Now that one's prone, launch himself over and go for the other one. That's going to be just for fun, hey? 21 to hit, that's going to be 15 slashing damage. He's then going to drag it down onto the ground and deal an additional 12 slashing damage using his Ravage. That is Bjorha's turn as he lets out an almighty roar. Unable to understand him anymore, Lyra, with your speak with animals missing, you have no idea what he's saying. But you can probably take a guess that he's not happy with them. As the other polar bear that didn't approach cowers back, moving to the back of the pen, letting out a very unusual, pained, almost like whining shriek. You watch as one of the frost giants on the wall turns towards the polar bears in the pen and begins shouting in giant to it. Okay, Teddy, go on. You can go down then. Teddy got excited. It's an engaging moment. He's into it. Also, Lumi got up and started shaking, and Teddy's like, "Yes, now we can play."
Can I drop the mist if they're on the roof now?
Yeah, I'm happy to drop the fog cloud whenever you just stop concentrating. That's not a problem. You watch as the frost giant turns towards the bears and goes, "Nate, stop!" As he begins rushing over, leaping down into the pen before running over towards the bears. He gets only about 30 feet away from Bjorha before Bjorha turns and rushes him, throwing himself at the frost giant and batting him aside with one massive paw. You have your distraction. What would you like to do with it?
I'll go to Bart and I'm doing like hand motions towards the side of the longhouse.
Okay. Perfect. I'm happy to accept that you, in this moment, all of you, those of you on the roof, Lyra, Niles, and Finia, as you rush away from the commotion, you look down and see Grim and Bart on the ground beneath you. It doesn't take too much effort to drop down into the snow below. You don't have to roll to take damage or anything like that. The snowdrift's thick enough, and with Grim and Bart below to help try and catch you. As Lyra jumps down, Bart, you just catch her and put her next to you. She weighs like, I don't know, half a kilo or something like that. She's a fucking elf. Niles weighs about the same because of his hollow bones. Finia's a bit heavier. You go to catch Finia. She's a bit heftier, but much smaller than you remember. Yeah, she's like you catch this toy poodle that drops down into your arms. You're like, wait a minute, wait, this doesn't feel right. With that, as all of you then dash across the open section,
before we dash across.
Yes.
I do want to grab some more of those plants that the bears don't like the smell of, because I'm going to rub it all over Finia to try and mask the dead smell.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Fair.
Perfect. With that, I'll move you back onto the gang token. We'll move back into the joint token, and I will take us over to the webcams once again, as we no longer need the battle map right at this moment. You are effectively and actually out of initiative at this moment as you rub yourselves in the stinky plants, the quite pungent sap, and dash across into this section behind the longhouse. You can hear the sounds of whatever's going on over in the bear pens getting more and more dramatic. Two more frost giants rush down out of the gloom towards the edge of the pen and attempt to rescue their friend from Bjorhar's rage, as Bjorhar failed on his berserk and is now completely fully engaged with the process of gutting and consuming everything around him. With that, as they are all in that moment. Yeah, but...
Look, we've been so on the edge on whether or not these guys are friend or foe. As we're about to run away, can Bart... I'm not good at perception, but can I see whether or not all of them have the brand?
I am going to say that you can during that process of examining, and as you rush away, no, not all of them do have the brand. The one who is currently being mauled by Bjorhar does. The one closest to you guys and the gate does, but the other one, the guard who came from the gatehouse to the south, does not have a brand.
Okay, so the one being attacked does.
Does.
What's the range on this? Yeah, 60 feet. I'm going to hopefully increase our odds a little bit, even if it's just by one giant. And I'm going to quickly 60 feet cast a Shield of Faith on Bjorhar.
Can you roll for me a stealth check?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, and
I want to
you
give him
know...
a better chance of killing the brand giant.
Yeah,
could I get you to roll me a stealth check? I should actually have not applied Pass Without Trace because Lyra casts Speak with Animals, which is concentration check.
Can I retroact? If it's not up, I'm not doing it. I thought we were still stealthy boys.
It's definitely not up. That spell ended when Lyra did her Speak with Animals, and it's definitely gone with reduce and large reduce. Definitely.
If we are still stealthied, I am planning on bringing it back up again once the enlarge reduce ends to just try and hide the giant ninja.
Yeah, okay, in that case then, I mean, the enlarge reduce ends after a minute. This goes on for a lot longer than a minute. Finia grows in size. Lyra, if you want to cast Past That Trace again, then that's not a problem. In that case then, I will get a stealth check Bartholomew, and I will roll... No, I don't roll anything. It's just Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Are we all rolling stealth again? I'll do a stealth check.
I'm happy. Yeah, no, go on. Look, go on. Do it again. Do it again, just because we technically should, and we all know that we love things that are technically correct. Oh boy, Lyra. Oh boy. Oh no.
Does my stealth from previous count? 18?
No, it's a new stealth. That's a natural 1 from Lyra for a total of 3. Plus 10 takes that up to 13. Grim, that's a 12, takes you up to 22. Niles, that's a 22, takes you up to 32. I'll roll for Finia. Let's see how Finya goes. That's a 21 for Finya. I rolled a 19. Finya's on a 31. Finya's fucking stealthy as Lyra. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Does
And
that still contribute to bringing up the average?
does what, sorry?
Does Bart's stealth contribute to bringing up the average?
Maybe. Bart, what's your stealth? Let's see.
It wasn't coming through. The first one's a 15.
15. Takes up to 25. That's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, your average stealth as a group is fantastic, but you still got a natural 1. And we all know that natural 1s are punished. Do you know what? You've got some naughty dice, and those naughty dice need to be punished. They'd be bad dice. As you go to cast these spells, Lyra, your attention is so fully focused on what's happening down below, watching the giants try and navigate what's happening with this bear, watching the polar bears kind of get pulled into the combat as well. As one of the polar bears goes to try and defend the frost giant, ends up getting punched in the face by the frost giant as he's flailing around, takes that personally and begins to savage him as well. It's not going well for this frost giant in the pen with the polar bears. Your focus is so fully affixed on that you don't even notice. But someone notices you as you make the movements and cast the spell. And as you step back into the shadows, you hear a whistle, slight and subtle, coming from the edge of the longhouse.
Oh.
A small passageway, a tunnel has been carved underneath the foundation, the stone foundations of the longhouse. And you watch as a woman, a human woman, standing in the entrance to the hole, looks towards you, Lyra, and gestures for you to come towards her. She
Go
is...
towards her.
What was that?
Does she have a brand?
No. She's a human woman. She has no brand. The brand that they're using to brand these giants would be her entire body. Like, it would be like she'd be completely covered. She looks to be roughly in her... I'd say like late 30s, early 40s, a few streaks of grey across her temples, a very shocking white streak over her head of otherwise quite dark raven hair. Her skin is quite pale. She has these very, very bright, keen blue eyes, a few wrinkles and lines around her face, dressed in very hardy winter's gear.
I would assume that the garb of the Northerners would all be fairly similar because it would all be kind of geared for the winter conditions. But is there any resemblance to some of the other Northerners that we met in Northgard before we sort of ventured off? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit similar. It looks a lot more formal. There are designs and patterns that have been stitched into the hides. The fur that is around her shoulders and around the sleeves of her overcoat is this beautiful white, probably polar bear fur that has been stitched in.
Oh, wow.
The cloak itself is sealskin. It's very, very fancy, quite formal wear and very well made, like clearly tailored, made specifically for her. And the patterns that are depicted on them, as you have a bit of a glance across, Niles. I mean, it shares a resemblance, certainly, but it looks like a far more formal, far fancier bit of garb.
I think I'm gonna look at the others. Does the tunnel look big enough for Fayan to fit?
It would be large enough for Finya to fit through, and the tunnel has been beautifully disguised. You can see she has pushed aside a fake stone wall that matches in with the surrounding foundation of this building. Whatever this tunnel is, it's been here for a while, and she has a hidden entrance set up underneath the giant's longhouse. It's very well made, and it's large enough for Finya to squeeze through.
Yeah, get the others' attention and just sort of this way. Yeah,
I nod. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
do a dive and roll into the tunnel.
Beeline it to the tunnel. Yeah.
As you rush forwards, she steps aside to allow you easy access, giving you all a bit of a nod, looking concerned as she glances past you out towards the commotion. And only when you're all inside does she close the wall behind her, before pulling out a small crystal from her pack that she strikes against the wall as it begins to glow softly, casting a faint light along the tunnel. You watch as she gives you all a bit of a wry look, a smirk on her lips, and goes, So, do you want to tell... sorry, I can't use the Frost Giant voice. I'm going to need that for a lot later on. Okay, I need to spare that. I can't use that on every character. So, you want to tell me what that was about? All of that commotion? What is going on out there?
Just before we get too far into it, what's your opinion on the Bloodrun?
The Bloodrun? You mean the leader of this Frost Giants group?
Yes, and or devils.
Not a fan of devils, as a general rule, and Bloodrun is a bloodthirsty tyrant.
Oh, then you'll fit right in then. No, that's just a little bit of a distraction. Large polar bear. I can't hardly call it a polar bear though. It was more of a monstrosity. He's having a bit of a tangle with some of the other polar bears.
Poor Bjorn. He has not been the same since the giants captured him and placed him in the pens. He was not one for captivity.
Yes, no, I can understand that. I'm sorry, where are my manners? I'm Niles.
You can all say your names. We don't have to do the introduction every single time. As you all say your names, she goes around nodding at each of you. She smiles as well.
But I want to roleplay my name.
Okay, you can if you want to. I worry you guys get sick of doing it every single time. She smiles.
I go on the dialect. I am a Grim.
I am a Grim.
And there goes our last Swedish viewer. Thank you for stopping by. It's been lovely having you. The Finns are still here though.
I'm surprised to find a human here in this settlement. It's quite a hostile place. Are you?
I am Estelis. I have been here for a long time. I was not about to move out just because the giants came back.
Oh, so
Or
long enough. I decided to use much of what was left behind to make myself a little humble place underneath their longhouse. They built their existing one on the ruins of what was once there before. This whole area was once the basement of their longhouse. Luckily, they did not discover my constructions underneath here, or I would have been in trouble.
Are there others of your clan still here, or is it just yourself?
You watch as she falls silent, her head dropping a little bit. Once there were more of us. Now it is just me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It is okay. My family is complicated. But I'm sad they are gone.
I'm going to insight check that. That is a weird thing to say.
Sure.
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, already suspicious that there's a human living under the Frost Giant encampment. Like that is.
It's like the borrowers. I don't understand what your problem is, man. Come on, work with me.
After the beer hag situation.
As if I'd do that to you twice in a row.
Dirty 20 on that.
We wouldn't expect
If you wouldn't.
Niles, dirty 20. I mean, yeah, that is it is kind of a weird thing to say. You don't think the language she's speaking to you, Common, is her first language. She speaks it in a way that is quite accented. She uses terminology that's a bit more archaic and stumbles over some of the pronunciations. She's clearly not used to speaking in this language. It is possible that that's what's happened here. When she said there used to be more of us and then has kind of followed up by saying family's complicated, you think she was trying to clarify a little bit what she was saying there. But you can't help but
You said human, right?
Yeah, she's human.
Does she sound or give any sort of an impression of Thrain?
No. And
okay.
Thrain was visibly linked to the giants. He was much taller, had like patches of frost, features that clearly marked him. She is definitely a human. She's only a little bit taller than Lyra. She's about 5'8". She's not very tall.
Oh wow.
If there's any Goliath blood in her or giant blood in her, it's very recessive. It's not expressed itself.
Does she have any markings or like
No
tattoos?
tattoos,
or any...
no markings.
Okay.
I mean, she's wearing a little bit of makeup, but that's it.
Where's she getting makeup from? She's stuck under a giant longhouse.
That's a very good
I'm
question.
sure it's Cole. Eyeshadow.
Well, as we've discussed many times in Avatar, Cole's got many uses, Brandon.
Exactly right.
Wrong bolo. No,
Stellis?
what was that?
Is Stellis or
Stellis.
Stellis.
I'll write her name in chat so you've got it written down. Stellis.
well, a very similar name to the Biohag.
That could be an Owen fuck up. What was the Burhag's name? I've had a mental blank.
Anissa.
Oh, it starts with an A. Come on, man.
This is
Do you want to make a check to see if you can spot Fey magics at work, disguising what she looks like? Do you want to make an Arcana check or some sort of magic check to see if she's magically disguised? You definitely can. Like, 100%.
would a perception check work or
Yeah.
a
Maybe.
survival check?
Yeah. A high enough perception check. Absolutely. Yeah. You'd see like that's how Harry spotted the statues weren't just statues, and that's how he spotted it. Was like 16 on the perception check. Lyra, you look hard examining her. She turns towards Niles. Yeah, there's no telltale sign of any flickering illusion magic. As she like rubs her hands to warm them again, stepping inside, the sleeves move realistically. You don't think there's an illusion at play here. As you like brush past her, you feel the fabric of her cloak. It's definitely real. It's definitely there. As you do like a little bit of druid craft to kind of make a little gust of wind, you watch as the cloak flutters as it should. There's no telltale signs of any illusion magic at play here. You get the sense this is who she is what she looks like. There's no magic at play here disguising her appearance.
It makes sense for your people to have stayed here. I mean, this is an island for all intents and purposes, and I can imagine getting in and out of a place like this would be not easy. So it does make sense that if you saw the giants returning, that you would simply lay low, literally. I can understand that would make sense.
Too many of us did not, and those that did try to leave were cut down where they ran. We tried to get to the boats, but those that were in the open were taken out very quickly by the giants once they came back. Their enormous longship blocking the harbour, preventing us from leaving. Those that hid were those that survived, at least at first.
How have you been finding the weather? The cold here is inhospitable.
It is not so bad under the giant longhouse. You will see when I take you through. You will see that it is a bit more comfortable, but it is bitterly cold outside. I try to limit my time outside as much as possible. I was holding out hope that there were others who had survived. Imagine my surprise when I saw you rushing over. I did not know outsiders were here on the island. I do not recognize you. I assume you have traveled here from somewhere else. Judging by your clothes and your garb, you stopped off at Northgard.
Came across the sea ice.
You are very brave. No, that is not the word. Stupid. Yes, that is the word. Very stupid. To come
A
here.
little bit of common A and a little bit of common B. Yes. No, it's
They are two sides of the same coin I have found throughout my life.
true. Yes.
Well, I guess. How have you been surviving down here? Do you have access into their long haul to obtain food and whatnot?
There is
I guess
sustenance
they'll drop
enough.
big crumbs.
What was that, Grim?
I guess they'll drop big crumbs, I imagine.
Yes, they do not
Because they're here for a week.
clean up after themselves, and the floorboards are not as tight as they think they are. Things fall through. There is sustenance enough.
Can I insight check that sustenance enough? But I'm getting cannibal vibes or
You've
something.
already, yeah. Sure, you can roll another insight check. That's not a problem.
20? Dirty 20?
Dirty 20. Sustenance
Cannibal.
enough. I mean, she obviously is being vague here, trying not to be specific. Like, and that's a choice. As Grim mentions the crumbs, as a joke, she doesn't laugh, which means she doesn't see it as a joke, which is interesting. The fact that she doesn't laugh at that at all, maybe that's a hint that this is a bit closer to the truth. I mean, this is a woman dressed in noble garb. There could be an element here of her being a bit ashamed to admit that she's living off crumbs and things that fall through the floor. There could be an element of that here, but it is still clumsily worded. You're picking up on the same thing Niles picked up on, that the way she's kind of speaking shows that this isn't her native tongue. And every so often it looks like she's kind of pausing for a second and maybe trying to figure out what you guys are saying on occasion as well. Occasionally, when you talk a bit quickly, she has to kind of take a second and figure out what it is you're saying.
Perhaps we can speak more freely when we are at your abode. It is difficult to speak in such a way when we are moving through this space.
Of course, sorry. Please, follow me. You are most welcome here. With that, she turns and makes her way down the corridor, holding the crystal up high enough for you all to see.
Cool.
The corridor leads through this carved out section of stone for roughly 30, 40 feet before it begins to slope down. The passageway that has been carved here has been reinforced with wooden beams and steps have been put in place. This has been here for some time, whatever this tunneled structure is. Her story about the old foundations of the giant village and then building underneath it maybe is making a bit of sense. She clearly didn't do this by herself, despite the fact that that was kind of what she was saying. You think there's a bit of a language barrier here where she's kind of talking and not quite getting maybe the verbs and nouns super spot on. As she leads you down the spiral, stepping out into the open room in front of you, you have to kind of catch your breath for a moment. True to her word, there is an enormous cellar here. Probably once the cellar of the frost giant village above, but it has not been disturbed or opened to the outside world in a very long time. It is high enough and large enough that people have built townhouses in here. What was once potentially a bustling village, hidden under the ruins of the stone giant foundation, is now empty and cold. High in the ceiling, a gemstone sputters with a warm, soft orange glow, occasionally flickering as it does so. The temperature inside this room is much warmer. As soon as you step out of the tunnel and into the area underneath the light of this crystal, you feel the temperature rise again. And on top of that crystal, the crystal embedded and hanging down from it, is a thermal cube, one of those structures you've seen before that's been rigged up and set in the roof of the cellar here. High above, you can see what looks like occasional cracks where the stone has been etched away, revealing floorboards above that have been freshly laid. And through them, glimpses of the long hall interior. Astellas leads you down the stairs and towards what probably was a town square. You can see a few barrels have been set up to catch dripping rainwater or melting snow from above to provide fresh water. But the town is deserted. There is no one else here. And it looks like there hasn't been for a little bit of time. As she leads you to the town square, at the far end of the room, the far right-hand wall, is a manor house that has been constructed. The gates hang open on rusted hinges as she pushes through and leads you into the foyer of this, quite well-appointed 2-story manor house. Come, follow me. This is my family's estate. She leads you through the double doors into the lounge area. She gestures towards yeah.
Can I do an insight check just to see if she's telling you? If she seems like she's nervous when she says this, if it seems like it's deceptive?
Yeah, go for it.
And while I'm walking through the town, can I just investigate and see if I can get a feel for, what might have happened here?
Yeah, do you want to roll an investigation check, Grim? Do you wander away from the others or do you stay with the group?
I don't mind falling a little bit behind. Just being somewhat distant, not like I'm 5 minutes away behind them or anything. Maybe a quick brisk jaunt back.
Okay. As you begin to drop back, you watch as she kind of catches your eye, gestures for you to follow. It can be dangerous in the streets. Nowadays, it is just me here. Try not to fall too far behind.
Dangerous?
Absolutely.
The gemstone above, it is malfunctioning. I don't know how to fix it, but it sometimes can shoot out concentrated bits of flame. She points to a scorch mark on a nearby wall. It disappears random, but it is dangerous to be hit by it.
Oh, that's a safety hazard at home. No, we could. If we got time, maybe I could look at it. Of course, I'm somewhat magically inclined.
Oh, good. I know a little of magic, but this seemed outside of my area of expertise. This giant technology. I was not an artificer. Yes.
What's your favorite spell?
My favorite spell. There are so many good spells to choose from. I must say I do quite enjoy Blink.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one.
It is a good spell.
I guess keep hidden for so long in town, and just snaps his fingers, shift away.
Yes.
As much as I enjoy this arcane chit chat, we do have some questions, and I suppose you would be interested to know why we are here. Well, I kind of wait for her to say something, and she doesn't, and I'm like, well, anyway.
Would you like some tea?
Who? Yes, tea would be lovely. Only if it's not too much of an inconvenience.
No, it is not too much, and frankly, the leaves are beginning to get dehydrate. The humidity is too.
They drying out?
No, the opposite. They're getting moist with the humidity. It would be a favor for you to.
Oh well,
you to drink this.
I would love to. I'm a bit of a tea connoisseur myself.
Tea? Would anyone else like some tea?
That would be lovely, thank you. If you don't mind us asking, what language do you normally speak, before you were,
My accent still gives me away.
Guilty.
It is not one that is much spoken anymore. Lumerin.
Lumerin?
Is that local to the area?
It was a long time ago. My ancestors carried on the traditions, kept our language alive, our culture, our history.
Beautiful. How does one say hello in Lumerin?
Usent.
Damn, he's got an answer for everything. Beautiful.
If you need me to roleplay speaking in a language that none of you understand, you're not going to get me. I can speak gibberish excellently, and you're not going to get me. These guys tried to get me in fucking Tyranny of Dragons all the time by having me be like, what does that sound like? And I'd literally break into Draconic like, yeah,
that was good.
There's no problem. I can speak good gibberish. I played a lot of Sims.
Probably just to speed things up, I think while this is all happening, unless anyone wouldn't want this to happen, I'd probably just start to recount what's led us to this exact situation. So essentially, when we arrived in Northgard, the mission up to the lighthouse, meeting the frost giant, I'd probably leave maybe some of the devil stuff out, just maybe just as a bit of we think the gate has something to do with the devil, but we're not sure. I would probably leave out the dream experience, I think, just for now. But talk about like everything else that's led up to this situation, where how we entered the island, what we were supposed to do, the maybe like a bit of the plan of like how we were going to try and help out a little bit and stop the ice and shut the portal off. Unless anyone else wanted to interject.
I do want to ask a question, sort of probably on the sooner side, which is, does the name The Witness mean anything to you, or listener, or listener?
The what, sorry? The witness and listener.
The witness or listener?
Apologies, I have not heard those terms before.
Oh, good. It's something that's come up a few times, and because you've been under the longhouse. I was thinking, maybe
it's okay. You can say I have literally been under a rock. It is true. As she glances up at the ceiling.
In floorboards.
Technically, it's under wood, but
Yes.
I just do want to just double check. Like, there's no any reaction to that at all.
Doesn't seem to be. As you get partway through your story, Niles, she gets up with the piping hot kettle that has been boiling during this period. Pours it into a very nice, not kettle. What's the
Teapot.
Teapot. Thank you. Having a complete mental breakdown. Pours it into a nice teapot. Spoons out some leaves. Makes it looks like she's mixing some teas. Niles, she does a few different leaves from a few different pots. Closes the lid, puts it in, lets it steep for a little bit while you finish the rest of your story before pouring out a cup of tea for each of you and herself.
Yeah.
I hold off drinking just yet.
What does the tea smell like? As Niles takes in the notes, like what is?
Absolutely.
What
do you want to roll for me what would be the most appropriate here? Probably survival, kind of. Maybe perception. Yeah. Perception or survival to kind of like get a vibe of nature. You're not very good at nature. Okay. Perception or survival.
I'd like to. Can I do a medicine check to see what sort of tea it is?
Oh, it's like not drugged.
Yes. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, medicine's not going to help you identify the type of tea. I mean, maybe it will. It kind of falls under that area. Yeah, I'll allow it. Go on. 25 for perception. Niles. Very, very, and 21 for Grimm's medicine check. Very strong, quite pungent nose. A very, very strong tea has been brewed here. The smell is of citrus, of tannins. It is almost a little bit smoky as well. Have you ever had Lapsang Souchong tea? What's that? I'm trying to remember the name of the. It's like a tea in our world. It's like quite a dark, smoky tea.
Yeah. I haven't, but I would imagine Niles would.
Niles would have. It would very much fit with the Owlin and Aarakocra kind of vibe. Yeah, so it's a little bit similar to that. It's quite a smoky tea. And as you kind of take a deep breath and smell the tea, you realize there's another smell underneath it. A smell that is unfamiliar, but subtle. Hiding amongst the notes of smoke and tannin and citrus.
Is it
sharp?
What is sharp?
Sharp and woody. Grim with a medicine check of 21. As you watch Niles take a deep breath and then look a little bit confused, you have a little look at the tea, at some of the leaves still swirling in the bottom, at the oils collecting on the surface. And as you have a little, just with your tongue, just to test it. a little mlem. As you do a little gentle mlem, just to check the tea. You're not much of a tea drinker, Grim. Would that be fair to say? You strike me as more of a. Although you probably would be a tea drinker. You're a.
Yeah, I'd be in my little tower drinking a little black tea. Not too much sugar for anything.
In that case, then it's a stunning blend, Grim. But there's something else underneath, a flavor that's subtle and is being masked by that of the tea. You recognize it. It's a soporific designed to put the drinker into a deep sleep.
Oh, fuck.
Niles, as you take another breath. You feel your head momentarily swim for a moment as you get another whiff of that sharp, woody smell. Or there's something a little bit off about this tea.
I look at.
I shoot a little glance over at Grim.
Yeah,
like
I've got my pinky up as I've just I just do a little head side to side.
Yeah, I shoot a message back through to Bart because I'm assuming the linking tattoo is still active. I'm just gonna shoot a message and be like, "Don't drink the tea."
Christian's not here to defend himself or prevent me from doing this. You watch this Bart next the whole thing. No.
Teapot.
We should message and be like, "Do you drink the tea?"
Oh.
I'm gonna message him, see what he says, because he doesn't know what you know.
Knowing him, the answer would be
he
no.
would've-
He'd be like, "Hell no, I ain't drinking random tea."
I feel like he would have like seen the dubious glances between Grim and Niles, and no one, you know, they're sort of sniffing it. They're not immediately going for it.
We'll see. We'll see. I've messaged him. We'll see what he says. If he goes, yeah, why not? Lyra, what are you doing while this is going on?
I think I was probably about to, and then sort of seeing the hesitation, especially from Niles, like, you know, notorious tea sort of like
Connoisseur.
Oh hell yeah.
Love tea.
A tea sommelier. Like whatever that is. Yeah. Sommelier, if you will.
But,
oh no, is that the title of the episode? Tea Moliere.
I even have proficiency in cook's utensils specifically because I like tea so much. I have like a whole thing.
Bart said no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boo. I'm going to respond.
Okay.
I'm going to respond boo.
But I think, yeah, looking at the others, I sort of put down the teacup and just sort of look at her and go, is there anything that you need? I mean, we can get you out of here.
Oh, look, it is too hard to abandon the family home, and this has been my home for my whole life. It would be wrong of me to just walk away from this.
Question real quick. As well as recounting the story, at the mention of the Bua hag,
yeah,
did she flinch? Was there any change to her facial expressions, or
as you get up to the section of the Bua hag, she seems to nodding along politely the whole way. No, she's not. Yeah. She's not too worried.
Interesting. Okay.
We've had a great question brought up in chat. Would the sleep-inducing effect even work on Lyra as an elf? I think it would, because it does say that elves can't be put to sleep magically. This isn't magical. This is a drug.
Yeah.
So yes.
It used in pre-2024, it was you can be put to sleep by magical or non-magical means, but the non-magical means has been taken out now.
Yep. Because I have seen people use that as a reason that you can't knock elves out. You can't knock them unconscious. And I was like, oh, fuck off. But I saw someone argue that. Someone I've seen people argue that. There's a I'm not going to point fingers, but I have seen someone argue that quite passionately, and I was very surprised at who it was. I was like, okay, are you sure you want to? Is this the hill you're dying on? Yeah, it was interesting. But yes, you can be drugged.
Mulligan. No, I'm joking.
It wasn't. No. Did I mention capitalism or socialism? We know it wasn't a Brennan Lee Mulligan rant.
Thank God.
No, not like that. Just
not like this.
Not like Brennan. He wouldn't do us like that. Not the Mulligan.
Never. No, he's perfect. In every way.
No. She sort of nods along politely. Your hags, nasty creatures. The use of magics and illusions are troublesome. Yes, but you dispatched this awful creature.
Is there a painting in the room I can look at?
Yeah. There's paintings all around. Grim, as you have a bit of a glance around.
This is like the tea room or something. Like I imagine.
Yeah, it's a little lounge room at the front of the manor. Yeah. As you have a bit of a
Yeah,
glance
I just-
around, Grim, looking at the portraits, you can see most of them appear to be landscapes, but above the fireplace is a family portrait. It looks like it was painted a while ago, Grim. The painting itself has been hanging on that mantle for quite some time. Do you want to roll for me a perception or investigation check as you go examine the painting over the fireplace?
Yeah, I'll walk up with my tea in my hands, just sniffing it, looking like I'm sipping as I'm walking away. Investigate. That'd be a 22.
22, Grim. Yeah, the painting has hung on this wall for a very long time. Decades, judging by the discoloration of the wall in relation to that covered by the painting. The painting depicts a family, a rather stern-looking patriarch standing next to, with very dark hair, widow's peak, grays through his hair, standing next to probably his wife, by the way his arms are around her. She looks far more relaxed, a bit of a smirk on her lips as if she's privy to a joke that no one else is. In front of them are 3 adult children, judging by their appearance and judging by their similar kind of facial features and build to the parents in the background. 2 boys and 1 girl. The girl is absolutely, without any shadow of a doubt, a Stellis. But she looks the same in the portrait.
Yeah.
Dark hair, silver slash, slight greys on the temple.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she's in her mid to late 30s in the portrait. But it's clearly been hanging on the wall for decades.
Yeah, I kind of thought something like this. A beautiful family portrait, a Stellis. Who in the family is this?
This is me, my brothers, and my parents. It's been so long since I last saw them. As Grim points out the portrait, Lyra, you recognize the mother. You've met her before. A long time ago now.
What?
She was the woman, the vampire, who hijacked the tower in the Cloud Giant Castle in Tyranny of Dragons.
What? What
I think
a throwback.
at that, I'm trying to stealthily sort of shillelagh. Like, I'm sort of stepping up. I'm the others around.
Do you want to roll me a history check to see what you remember about that, and I'll refresh your memory?
Holy shit.
No, I think anything from that tower, like that Cloud Giant Tower sort of situation, especially since, the getting stuck in the gym in that location, anything from that era, like that memory just triggers immediate, like, fight, flight, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Hit the panic button.
You're the only one that would reasonably know this too.
Yeah, and I would be picking up a mental link with somebody and just being like, prepare for combat. Like,
yeah, Skyreach, way back in Skyreach, is where you interact with her, and you remember her name was Sandasel.
Yeah, and then I think
Sandasel Morgia.
You have the opportunity to do the funniest thing now, Lyra.
yeah, I think I'm going to actually just sort of be lightly preparing for combat. Like I said, if I can get Shillelagh going preemptively, I will. But
it's got verbal and somatic. Do you want to roll me a stealth check to see how stealthy you are with Shillelagh?
Yeah,
is it verbal
and
somatic?
then I'm going to just sort of outwardly say, "Oh, wow, hang on, is that your mother?" Like, and just sort of pointing at the portrait.
Ah, yes, that is my mother. I've not seen her in many years.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that. I saw her about 2 years ago, I think.
You what?
Flex up a little bit.
You watch as the perfect mask drops from her face as she genuinely looks towards you gobsmacked. What?
Unless she's got a doppelganger running around, but Sindesel, isn't it?
Sandesel Morgia. You. What?
Was
Small.
hanging out in a giant castle.
Small world.
That's curious.
Isn't that a blast from the past?
You watch as she collapses into the armchair behind her, presses a hand to her temple. How much interaction did you have with my mother?
I mean, not too much. It wasn't, much of a conversation. There was a lot going on, was, a bit before the giants came out, the tower was it the tower that was falling?
The Skyreach crashed. She disengaged the central tower and flew off with it, leaving you guys to crash with the rest of the. Because
Was she still out there?
Yeah.
Whoa!
She is. Oh, by the way, she is absolutely still alive. She is out there. The last we saw her, she had sort of taken part of this cloud giant tower. It's a really hilarious story. And just flown off with it. I mean, so yeah, she's out there. She knows how to fly cloud giant towers. I mean, so you're not all alone. You've still got some family out there. Are you sure you don't want to try and meet us?
I don't know what to say. I think it was just you who met my mother. The others. She looks around and then looks back towards you, Lyra. Desperation in her eyes. It was just you who met with my mother, not the others. Just you.
Just me. I mean, from a different party. What feels like a lifetime ago, even though it was only 2 years. A lot's happened. I mean, how's, but I know the name. It's not like I could pull it from your mind or something.
I had not even considered that you would do that. But your story of taking control, at least partially, of a cloud giant castle makes sense. She was looking into ways to make the giant tech more effective, ways to use it.
How did she set up the thermal cube?
Yes, she did that, yes. To help the people here. She was quite gifted in understanding how the giant technology works. I just... My dear, I have so many questions for you. I haven't seen her in years.
I guess it's for the best we didn't drink the tea then.
What? Why not? It is very good tea. You do not like... Is it too hot still? Would you like some honey with it?
I think it's... I don't quite feel like a sleepy time tea right now.
No, and this is a little bit not quite to my palate, but it is rather nice.
I did have a taste. My tongue's a bit numb, but it was beautiful.
That can't be right. Have some more, please. Grim, as she turns towards you, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, goddamn nut.
Maybe you shouldn't have revealed you hadn't drunk the tea.
Well, she had a cup.
Did she? She's going to be fine. Don't worry about her. I'll be worried about you guys now.
18.
That is annoyingly going to pass.
Mind of iron.
Wait,
What was that? What was that, sorry?
Yeah.
What was that?
I said mind of iron, but in...
Okay.
Iron will actually probably makes more sense.
For a second, I thought you were channeling is it Nurgle's wisdom, and you were... Thank you.
Can I do something really funny?
Yes.
I don't know how quick acting the this particular tea, whatever this soporific is, but Niles does have access to self-restoration now as a monk. So I was like, if it technically counts as a poison,
it is a poison.
I will drink it, and then I'll pretend I'll obviously feel the effects of it, and then I just want to self-restore and be like, oh yes, that was good. We'll have some more actually.
Niles, as you As you down the tea, you watch as the edges of her lips curl into a little smile as she goes, "Please, the rest of you, please, drink up your tea. I don't want it to go cold. It would be such a waste." And then as none of you drink, you watch as she looks around. My big strong knight, I suggest you have some of your tea. As she turns towards Bart, given that she's failed on Grim.
Can I drink his tea as well?
You just immediately grab his tea and drink it. Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Bartholomew's not thirsty at the moment. I'll take his.
He's not a big tea drinker.
Not a big tea drinker, no.
Doesn't matter. Bart passed the suggestion check as well. Fucking Bart. You watch as Bart goes, "Oh yeah, no, you should have it, please."
Oh, of course, yes.
That might be a bit too much. As you just down the second cup and you watch as she places her hand on her face. Niles, you begin to feel something peculiar.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It is beginning to affect you, whatever was in this tea.
Yeah.
There is a sense of numbness that begins to quickly spread through your body. A warmth that builds in your chest. This overwhelming urge to just close your eyes and roost, like your little hatchling, once again, wrapped up in the warm confines of the nest, plump, puffed up with your feathers all around you. You feel this urge to sleep, and then you activate your monk ability and burn the poison away and feel fine.
Yeah. That was lovely.
She watches as your eyes begin to droop, and you watch as she goes to stand, her hand digging into the back of this soft armchair as she stands, and then you suddenly sit up straight again and go, "Oh, that was lovely."
Oh, yes.
You watch as she kind of freezes and pauses and looks around and goes, "Yes, I did say it was good tea. You're feeling energized from the looks of things."
Yes, actually, I'm feeling rather refreshed.
Has she been drinking the tea?
No, her cup is standing in front of her, full.
What? Why haven't you had any of your tea? It would be a shame to waste.
I could. Yes.
Yes.
Before it goes cold.
Please, have some.
Oh, all of this talk of my mother has left a sour taste in my mouth, one that would be unfit.
All the more reason to wash it down. Wash it away.
I mean, surely if this is the manner that you grew up in, it would be a nostalgic flavor. I mean, we can discuss your mother, at more length, but do go on. I mean, it doesn't feel right having, the tea without the host.
Indeed.
Could I please get a deception check from all three of you? All three of you know now what she's doing and what's going on. Could I please get a deception check from all three of you? I want to see if she figures out that you know. 5 from Lyra. Thank you, Ali. Fantastic. 11 from Grim. Brilliant.
Yeah.
All of you just got a big shit-eating grin. 9 from Niles. Fucking perfect.
I'm not very charismatic. I'm just like,
You watch as she cocks her head and goes, you know, don't you?
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Well then.
Strong flavor.
Come
Well
on,
then.
please. You upset me. I'm an enjoyer of tea, and quite frankly, you did a good job trying to mask that flavor, but went on a little bit strong there. I would suggest for next time you try to put your guests to sleep. Rather, you'd be a little bit more balanced with your ingredients. Just as
He's done a lot of drugs, so it
Oh,
takes
the
a lot to
second
knock him out.
There's a lot of drugs in court. I've got to try a lot of it.
What the
all
four of
trying to
you
get to this
fail
point.
to understand is that the soporific that I provided you was a mercy. This way will be much, much more uncomfortable.
Truly,
And with
do we have
that,
to do this really?
we can-
You watch as her
Converse.
form blurs to the front
Awkward
door as she
conversations.
suddenly...
Okay.
What was that, Grim? You go.
I'll say, no, we could just talk as she's doing this. Like, it's an awkward conversation.
As she like blinks away, I'm like, oh yes, favorite smell, blink, yes.
Blink.
She did the thing.
I wanted to say mine was animate dead, but she didn't ask. It was rude.
Oh yeah, that was right.
You watch as her form blurs as she rushes to the front door, slamming it shut, bolting it before turning towards you. You watch as her smile grows, pointed teeth now peeking over her lips, as her fingernails begin to elongate, her hands growing larger as her form begins to shift as she grows a little bit taller.
Was her mother like this as well, Lyra, or is this
like mother, like daughter, it seems.
Family resemblance?
Yeah, even more so now. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
I have sustained myself on giant blood for some time, but I must say, the scent of elf, the scent of Owlin,
Not much.
it is a rare flavor I've not tasted in some time.
I don't taste very
Here's
As she points.
Grim's blood would taste like.
Oh, foul. As she points towards you, Lyra.
You I will keep. I need to know more about my mother. Perhaps I shall even raise you. You can join me. We can start this family anew. But you, foul-blooded creature.
As she turns towards you, Grim.
You I shall feed to the rats. Come, let us dance.
Counterpoint.
Yep, go.
What if we provided you with a lot of giant blood that you could sustain yourself off indefinitely for a long time? Because we could give you that.
Hell, I've got a body of Aarakocram blood right here in the bag. I can just get that out for you if you're hungry.
I mean, if we were to actually usurp Bloodrin and his kin.
I mean, you know, we can't get it out of the bag if we're dead, so, you know.
If you are about to offer me his marked ones, know their blood is tainted by the hells and is foul.
Oh, I thought, okay.
I suck for sweeter juices. Come,
Oh, don't say
let us dance.
Well, do we have to dance?
I could tango.
Essentially. Wait, does blood go stale in the bag?
It
That's
would
a rough person to
congeal.
ask, I guess.
Yeah, it'd slowly dehydrate and congeal.
Lyra, could you stop trying to give my kin to creatures, please?
I guess a vampire wouldn't know what the blood does after a while because they've already ate it all. It's like asking a dog
That's
what's it
true.
look like after 5 minutes. It's not there.
It's not possible. They can't answer that. The object permanence just isn't there for that. I reckon that is where we will end for tonight. Thank you, Obscenities, for summoning this NPC. The brief I was given was, hey, we had a lot of fun with the vampire in that first vampire in Curse of Strahd. Can you throw another vampire at them? And I was like, sure, man, let's go. Everything else was all me just having a lot of fun and throwing back to Tyranny of Dragons. I was like, here's a perfect opportunity to have a bit of fun with this. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. That is where we will wrap up for tonight. For those of you watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel tonight. That is going to be Crit and Miss. I'll get that that raid loaded up now. They're doing their Chronicles or Chaos campaign. I'll get that raid loaded over. Everyone who's watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, comment below if you remember. If you remember the vampire in Tyranny of Dragons, do you remember her? Do you remember her? Do you remember? Comment if you remember. If you remember her below, comment. Otherwise, if you can hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment, all of those things help us out. Otherwise, if you join the YouTube members, you get early access to all of our episodes, 24 to 48 hours in some cases. So if you haven't done that, definitely think about it. It really helps us out as well. All right, I'm going to get that raid loaded across everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you all in the next episode. Remember,
Stay safe, stay well, meat, and farewell for now. Goodbye.
Bye.
see you later, gang. Bye.